They've always treated me like I was helpless.
Is that why you became the blind bandit?
Yeah.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Avatar: The Last Airbender tackled serious issues.
What do you want? I've already paid you this week.
The tax just doubled. And we wouldn't want an accident, would we?
In our tribe, it is forbidden for women to learn waterbending.
Get back here, you stupid beast!
For this list, we're looking at the most mature themes and storylines that this animated show covered during its run. Since we'll be talking about some seriously important moments, a spoiler alert is in effect. Did you take any life lessons from Aang, Iroh, and the rest? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10. Prisoners of War.
After the attack, they rounded up my father and every other Earthbender and took them away. We haven't seen them since.
During the 100-Year War, Fire Nation soldiers took many prisoners. Unfortunately, some military personnel were extremely cruel to the people they captured. A group of Earthbenders was forced to work on a ship while being mocked by a wicked Fire Nation warden.
What kind of guest dishonors his host by interrupting him? Take him below. 1 week in solitary will improve his manners.
A waterbender named Hama was also placed in a brutal prison after she was captured by Fire Nation forces.
Before giving us any water, they would bind our hands and feet so we couldn't bend. Any sign of trouble was met with cruel retribution.
While the Earthbenders seemed to recover from their mistreatment, Hama never overcame her anger and started taking prisoners of her own. Through both storylines, the show highlights how demoralizing and damaging it can be to be mistreated by military personnel.
Look at these blank, hopeless faces. Their spirits were broken a long time ago.
Number 9. The Struggles of Refugees.
You should come with us to Full Moon Bay. Ferries take refugees across the lake. It's the fastest way to Ba Sing Se.
And it's hidden, so the Fire Nation can't find it.
The war forced many innocent families to flee their homes in hopes of finding a safe place. During Aang's adventures, he also meets children that have been orphaned by the conflict and have to fend for themselves.
So you all live here?
That's right. Longshot over there, his town got burned down by the Fire Nation. And we found the Duke trying to steal our food. I don't think he ever really had a home.
All these displaced citizens face a wide variety of problems that people have also encountered in the real world.
Here's the deal. I hear the captain's eating like a king while us refugees have to feed off his scraps. Doesn't seem fair, does it?
Refugees struggle to cross borders, lack proper resources, and are forced to go to desperate lengths to survive. A pregnant woman named Ying even has to give birth in a potentially dangerous place. Although each refugee we meet has a different story, they all share a need for support and understanding after they've been displaced.
We made it to Ba Sing Se and we're still not safe. No one is.
Number 8. Prejudice against strangers.
You don't seem like you're from around here. Where are you from then?
Far away.
Oh. Where are you going?
Lee, give it a rest.
Most of the main cast had to hide their true identity at one point. Sometimes they keep their heritage a secret because they might be attacked for belonging to a certain nation or group. Although Katara helps an entire village of Fire Nation citizens, they still get upset when they find out she's a waterbender.
You're a waterbender!
She's a waterbender!
How dare you act like our painted lady?
Maybe she is a waterbender, but she was just trying to help you.
Zuko also has to face hatred and threats by Earth Kingdom citizens after he admits that he's the son of the Fire Lord.
Not a step closer.
It's yours. You should have it.
No, I hate you.
Katara and Zuko show how much it hurts for strangers to ignore your good deeds and qualities and judge you on your national identity instead. Fortunately, there are a few characters that are able to put their bias aside and embrace people outside of their culture. Number 7. Government misinformation and propaganda.
So, Pom, what's going on with the city? Why is everyone here so scared to talk about the war?
War? Scared? What do you mean?
I can feel you shaking.
Several government officials within the Avatar universe abuse their powerful position to twist the truth. Whoever signed off on the Fire Nation textbooks completely lied about the air nomads having an army.
The air nomads didn't have a formal military. Sozin defeated them by ambush.
Well, I don't know how you could possibly know more than our national history book.
As a result of that falsehood, many people grew up thinking Fire Lord Sozin's attack on the Airbenders was justified. Over in the Earth Kingdom city of Ba Sing Se, the sinister Long Feng completely forbade any of the citizens from discussing the war.
It is the strict policy of Ba Sing Se that the war not be mentioned within the walls. Constant news of an escalating war would throw the citizens of Ba Sing Se into a state of panic.
He's willing to imprison or even brainwash people who defy his orders. The series seems to warn viewers about how easily citizens can be manipulated or mistreated when powerful people hide the truth.
There is no war within the walls. Here we are safe. Here we are free.
Number 6. Discrimination against people based on physical abilities. When Toph is introduced in Season 2, it's made clear that she is an earthbender who is blind and who is extremely good at fighting. Although she's praised during matches, she's treated completely differently at home. Toph's parents think she's fragile, solely because she can't see with her eyes.
But I want to be sure she's not trying anything too dangerous.
Absolutely not. I'm keeping her at the beginner's level. Basic forms and breathing exercises only.
But if they had put their preconceived notions about blindness aside, they would have learned that their daughter is incredibly strong and capable of a new form of sight through her earthbending. Toph's interactions with her parents show that even loved ones can underestimate people with different physical needs.
My daughter is blind. She is blind and tiny and helpless and fragile. She cannot help you.
Yes, I can.
Despite being a champion earthbender, Toph constantly has to remind people that she's so much more capable than people assume.
I know it's probably hard for you to see me this way, but the obedient little helpless blind girl that you think I am just isn't me. I love fighting.
Number 5. Sexism. Avatar: The Last Airbender brings up the issue of sexism in the very first episode.
Leave it to a girl to screw things up.
You are the most sexist, immature, nut-brained... I'm embarrassed to be related to you!
But it doesn't stop there. When Sokka meets a group of women known as the Kyoshi Warriors, he initially makes sexist comments. After speaking with their leader Suki, he apologizes for his behavior and vows to respect the Kyoshi Warriors as equals.
I would be honored if you would teach me.
Even if I'm a girl?
I'm sorry if I insulted you earlier. I was wrong.
Katara also faces gender discrimination when the waterbending master Pakku refuses to teach her because she's a woman. Despite her natural talent, she still has to go to incredible lengths to change his mind. The show hints that achieving gender equality is not always easy, but it is always worth fighting for.
What do you think you're doing?
It's past sunrise. You're late.
Good to see you here.
You too.
Number 4. Harsh behavior towards animals.
Put a muzzle on it!
In the Appa's Lost Days episode, we see how badly people can mistreat animals. The show opens with the flying bison being kidnapped and sold to a circus. When Appa is at the circus, he's locked in a cage, threatened with physical harm, and forced to perform in order to eat.
Hungry? Don't worry, I'm going to feed you too. But not yet. First, I'm going to show you how you'll earn it.
And even after escaping, he's held hostage by Long Feng in a dark basement underneath Ba Sing Se. The episode doesn't shy away from depicting Appa's pain and depression at every step of his journey. By putting such a close eye on the various ways Appa was mistreated, the show encourages viewers to pay attention to how animals are treated around them.
You're hurt. We can help you feel better. And we can help you find Aang.
Number 3. Losing a loved one. Every single member of the main cast knows what it's like to lose a loved one. During the Tales of Ba Sing Se, the show takes time to depict how Iroh grieves the son he lost.
Happy birthday, my son. If only I could have helped you. Leaves from the vine.
The episode also acknowledges the real-life passing of Iroh's voice actor, Mako Iwamatsu. What makes the scenes about grief so impactful in that episode and beyond is their complexity. Characters go through different stages of grief and try to cope with their loss in a variety of ways.
The Fire Nation took my mother away from me.
I'm sorry. That's something we have in common.
By showing us how many people go through losing someone, the series tells us it's okay to mourn. The show also reminds us that although we may lose people, we'll never lose their love.
You have indeed felt a great loss. But love is a form of energy, and it swirls all around us. The air nomad's love for you has not left this world.
Number 2, childhood trauma.
Try to understand. My nephew is a complicated young man. He has been through much.
At a young age, Zuko was forced into a dangerous duel because he spoke out in a war meeting. It ended after he was permanently scarred by his father, Ozai. This violent incident also left Zuko with emotional wounds that he struggled to overcome for years. His struggle to overcome his childhood trauma is one of the saddest and most realistic storylines on the show.
I used to think this scar marked me, the mark of the banished prince, cursed to chase the Avatar forever. But lately, I've realized I'm free to determine my own destiny.
Although Zuko makes progress, he also falls back into destructive habits in an attempt to appease his father. He's finally able to face his trauma directly after being counseled and supported by his uncle Iroh. Zuko's journey shows how important it is to seek help to address our most painful scars.
My father, who challenged me, a 13-year-old boy, to an Agni Kai. How can you possibly justify a duel with a child?
It was to teach you respect.
It was cruel, and it was wrong.
Before we highlight our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Pollution. Every member of the gang has done their part for the environment.
And this river is real. You can't wait around for someone to help you. You have to help yourself.
She's right. But what should we do?
Maybe we can clean the river.
Body image. Even powerful characters can have insecurities.
I don't care what I look like. I'm not looking for anyone's approval. I know who I am.
That's what I really admire about you, Toph.
Elitism. Your value shouldn't be determined by socioeconomic status.
Why do they have all these poor people blocked off in one part of the city?
This is why I never came here before. I always heard it was so different from the way the monks taught us to live.
The dangers of imperialism. Sozin's decision to expand the Fire Nation caused devastation.
In our hands is the most successful empire in history. It's time we expanded it.
No, the 4 nations are meant to be just that. 4.
The sanctity of life. Aang struggles to uphold his pacifist values.
And I've only had to use violence for necessary defense. And I've certainly never used it to take a life.
Avatar Aang, I know that you're a gentle spirit, and the monks have taught you well. But this isn't about you.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. The near elimination of a culture.
The Fire Nation is ruthless. They killed my mother. They could have done the same to your people.
While Aang was in an iceberg for 100 years, all of his fellow air nomads were eliminated by the Fire Nation. The series doesn't shy away from showing how devastated he is when he learns what happened. But the long-term effects are also shown. When Aang travels to a new air temple, he is shocked to see members of the Earth Kingdom redecorating it. He struggles with the notion that aspects of his culture may be permanently lost.
This is a sacred temple. You can't treat it this way. I've seen it when the monks were here. I know what it's supposed to be like.
What happened to the air nomads is such a heavy issue that Aang can't resolve it by the time the series ends. The idea of preserving one's culture after most of its people have been lost to violence is a topic that's given the weight it deserves.
I'm sorry. This is the last part of the temple that's the same as it was. I want it to stay that way.
I completely understand. I just wanted you to know it was here.
Thanks.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.